A confrontation at a donut shop ends in a deadly shooting, and police sources say the man they're looking for may have pulled the trigger because of where the victim was standing. Good evening, I'm Christine Johnson. Maurice is off tonight. The NYPD says the argument inside a Bronx Dunkin' Donuts spilled out into the street, and sources tell us a female customer accused the 26-year-old victim of getting too close, and that is when she called her boyfriend for help. CBS 2's Corey James tells us what police say happened next.
Balloons and candles were placed in front of 26-year-old Stephen Stewart's home. His family and friends who did not want their faces shown stood on the stoop and sidewalk mourning the loss, trying to understand why anyone would shoot their loved one, originally from Jamaica, who moved to the Bronx just 3 months ago.
I'm surprised somebody would just hurt him like that over nothing.
Stewart's aunt says her nephew was at this Dunkin' Donuts near Gun Hill Road and Holland Avenue in the Bronx. She says a witness told the family that a woman standing in line accused Stewart of being too close to her. Police say that woman then called her boyfriend, who then followed Stewart. Officers say they exchanged words before the suspect shot him about 2 blocks away.
It's just sad. It's just sad.
This neighbor says violence in this area happens often.
So I don't really feel safe, especially at night. During the day, yeah, taking the kids to school and bringing them back home, but not at night. And I'm surprised this happened during the day. So like now, I'm confused.
Stewart leaves behind his mother and 2 sisters who are in Jamaica, a family heartbroken over a sudden and senseless loss.
For anyone that having information about these people that killed my nephew, please help us because we don't even know them ourselves.
And loved ones say Stewart's mom was rushed to the hospital after she learned her son had been murdered. We're told he worked here in the city at a restaurant to support his family in Jamaica. In the Williamsbridge section of the Bronx, Corey James, CBS 2 News.
And police say that there is video inside the store that shows the woman and the victim had no physical contact. That video has not been released at this hour.
So you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now? Well, forget about stocks, real estate, or cryptocurrency.
Shalom. First and foremost, I have to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Respect to Akin Agwafim, pushing the work on the Lord in true faith and sincerity. That point, everybody is able to sacrifice. Man, oh man, we can clearly see that the love of many is waxing cold, man. The love of many is waxing cold, man. You know? So this death of this man was all because of
Deadly shooting, and police sources say
Dunkin' Donuts, man. At Dunkin' Donuts. You know, the woman thought that he was a little too close. You know, usually, you know, if something like this happened, or she'll call her boyfriend. You know, and then boyfriend be like, "Oh, stay with my girl" or something. You know, back up. You know, or you better watch out, bro. But it never leads to ultimately a man getting shot over Dunkin' Donuts, man. A spot in the line in Dunkin' Donuts. You know, that's pretty rare to see, man. You know? But ultimately, man, it's because the reason why things like this happen is because the Lord is ramping the spirits of vengeance, man. You know? And the Lord is ultimately making everyone wax cold, man. You know, so more judgment like this is going to happen, man. You know? I never heard of this type of situation before. You know, get killed over at Dunkin' Donuts, a spot, you know, in Dunkin' Donuts. You know, I never heard of that before, but still, yeah, that's just crazy. That just shows how, you know, the spirits of vengeance are on people, man. You know, and the times to come, it's going to be even worse, man. This is just light compared to, you know, the judgments that are going to come upon the earth, man. And he got judged too, man. This man got judged too, you know. The scriptures say, whosoever perisheth and not guilty, man. You know? So at the end of the day, man, this man got judged. You know? You know, and yeah, man, you know, this is just prophecy coming to pass, man. You know, real life, you know, manifesting prophecy coming to pass, man. You know? And that's just crazy. Over a Dunkin' Donut line, man. He shot him multiple times because he was too close to his girl, you know, at the Dunkin' Donuts. That's crazy, man. That's ultimately crazy, man. Let's get into the scriptures. You know, more judgment like this is going to come out. Us brothers, you know, the more judgment comes out, the more videos are bringing out, man. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 12. Matthew 24 and verse 12, and it reads, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold," man. So, you know, it's a classic precept, man. Because iniquity shall abound, you know, so there's so much sin, you know, iniquity meaning sin, you know, upon, you know, this earth. You know, and sin has ultimately skyrocketed at such a high rate, then the Lord is going to cause the love of many to wax cold, man. So you see in the world that people are starting to become cold-blooded, man. People are starting not to care, man. You know, I was just watching a video earlier, man. This dude tried to rape a girl, you know, in Walmart, bro. Midday. You know, that's just crazy, man. You know, but this is just the prelude, man, for what's to come, man. You know. And that woman, too, in that video, in the story we just heard, you know, that she called her boyfriend and then she shot the man that was apparently too close to her in Duncan. In that day, in the time of Jacob's trouble, your husband ain't gonna be there, man, to help you, man. You know, if you're wicked, you know. But at the end of the day, man, you know, the love of many is waxing cold, man. That's some cold-blooded shit. You could have, you know, fought him, you know, put your hands up, you know, oh, let's get that real quick, you know, let's come fight me or something. But pulling out a gun, shooting him multiple times till he dies, man, and that shows you the love of many is waxing cold, and that everyone, you know, spirit is ultimately turning cold-blooded, man. Let's go to the book of Sirach. To the book of Sirach, chapter 29. That's a lot. 39 and 28. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 39, verse 27, and it reads, "All these things are for the good to the godly, so the sinners are turned into evil," man. So ultimately, the sinners are turned into evil. You know, you sinners out here, you know, you 2/3 Jakes will be put to death, man. And that dude, you know, at Dunkin' Donuts, he got put to death, man, because he was wicked, man. He wasn't doing the work of the Lord, because if you're doing the work of the Lord, you're bound in his ways, you know. Stuff like that's not going to happen to you, man. You know, if you're doing good, man, you're going to have godliness about you, man. You will be protected. But, you know, that man got judged, man. You know, in verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, man. So the Lord created spirits of vengeance. You know, so the Lord controls both sides, man. You know, the good and the evil. So the Lord created vengeance, man. For which in their fury lay on sore strokes, man. In the time of destruction, they pour out their face. So now it's the time of destruction, man. This place is about to be destroyed. You know, Esau society is going to collapse. You know, America's going to be destroyed. You know, Lord, it'd be a speedy riddance, you know, which is going to happen, you know, but, you know, ultimately it's the time of destruction right now, man. So ultimately the spirits are pouring out their face and appease the wrath of him that made them, man. So ultimately they're going to appease the wrath. They're going to complete the will that the Lord made them do, man, or commanded them to do, you know. So even the spirits, you know, bow down to the Lord, man, you know. So ultimately, man, you know, the spirits of vengeance are out, man. You know, and more judgment is going to come out. So Lord willing, we are fire to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim El Shai, Bashim HaKadosh, Salom Akim, stay up, death to America.